You ever have one of those surreal moments where you meet someone from your past and realize just how lucky you were not to end up with them? Yeah. That happened to me. A few months ago, I ran into a woman I hadn't seen in almost a decade. We were in college together, same friend circle, some shared classes, the usual. When I saw her again after all these years, I didn't expect much more than some small talk and polite laughter. But what she said to me completely changed how I saw not only her, but a part of modern dating that we don't talk about enough. Something that's way more toxic than we admit. Let me take you back to college. I was about 21, she was maybe 20. We'll call her Amy. Amy and I weren't super close, but we had great banter. Smart, sarcastic, clever, the kind of person who made sitting through group projects bearable. We'd bump into each other at campus parties, sometimes sit together at the library, crack jokes at the back of lectures. You know, that quiet kind of chemistry where you think maybe there's something here? So one day I decided to just ask her out. Nothing weird, no grand gesture. I just said, "Hey, would you want to grab a drink sometime? Just you and me." She smiled politely, maybe a little surprised, and said, "Oh, that's really sweet, but I'm not really looking to date right now." And that was it. No drama, no pouting. I said, "Cool, all good." And we kept being friendly. I respected her no because, I'm not a stalker. I'm not gonna beg someone to like me. And I really didn't want to be that guy. We graduated, drifted apart. Life went on. Now fast forward to this year. I'm out grabbing coffee in my old college town, back for a friend's wedding. I look up and there she is, Amy. We both do that "wait a second, is that you?" moment. It's actually kind of nice. We catch up for a few minutes. She's in town visiting family. I'm only there for the weekend. Harmless, nostalgic vibes. Then out of nowhere, she says, I actually used to have a crush on you in college." My brain hits pause. I blink and go, "Wait, what? You did?" And she laughs like it's this cute little anecdote. "Yeah, I thought you were super sweet, and funny, and cute." I'm processing this like, didn't I ask you out? I'm not crazy, right? So I say, "That's funny. I seem to remember asking you out, and you turned me down." And without missing a beat, she shrugs and says, "Well, yeah, but you only asked once. I swear to you, I felt like I was standing in the middle of a field and someone just whispered a massive red flag in the wind. You only asked once. Let that marinate for a second." See, it wasn't what she said. It was what it meant. What she meant was that I should have pushed, that I should have pursued. That one polite no shouldn't have stopped me from chasing after her like a character in a bad rom-com. And it hit me, this is exactly the kind of thinking that gets normalized in dating culture. And it's so toxic. We live in a world that romanticizes persistence. How many movies have we seen where the guy doesn't take no for an answer, and he wins the girl? How many books teach men that being alpha means being pushy? And worse, how many women are taught that if a man really cared, he'd try harder, even after they say no? What Amy said that day wasn't unique. That's what scares me. She genuinely thought she was being cute, admitting some kind of misconnection, when in reality what she was admitting was this belief that a good man should override her rejection. And here's the irony. If I had kept asking, kept pushing, I'd be called creepy, desperate, obsessive. The moment I respected her boundaries, I became forgettable. That's the trap. I'm not saying persistence is always bad. There's a difference between a romantic gesture and emotional manipulation. But let's be real, when someone says no, the healthy, respectful thing is to believe them. It's not a negotiation. It's not a test. And for years, I'd wonder, what if I tried harder? Was I just too passive? But standing there, hearing her say, "You only asked once," it felt like a gift in disguise. Because that one sentence told me everything I needed to know. Told me who she was, and more importantly, it reminded me of who I was. Someone who listens. Someone who respects boundaries. Someone who understands that connection isn't a game to be won, but a partnership built on mutual consent. We chatted a bit more that day, but something shifted. That comment echoed in my mind long after she left. I don't hate her. I don't even think she meant harm. But that moment made me realize just how dangerous some of these normal dating mindsets are, and how lucky I was to have dodged that bullet. Because if the expectation is that I should have chased someone who already said no, that's not romance. That's emotional landmines wrapped in red ribbons. So, to the people out there wondering if you should have pushed harder after someone turned you down, no, you did the right thing. Respect is never a mistake. And to the people thinking, he just didn't try hard enough? Ask yourself, are you looking for love or control? Because the difference matters more than you think.